Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is where you are. Welcome to Collider Dailies. I'm John Algetz, and joining me is...
Maggie Lovett.
How you doing today, Maggie?
I am doing wonderful. And it's
You
almost the weekend.
you have got to be probably very excited about today's episode.
I
Uh,
am. What could give it away?
I I don't even know. So today we are, yes, going to be talking about the Doctor Who 60th anniversary trailer. But before that, we're going to be talking about the Stranger Things play having actually affordable tickets, kind of a bit of a follow up to what we talked about a little bit yesterday. But before even that, Apple TV Plus is raising their prices, and it's not a small price increase. No, it is a substantial price increase. According to our information, their subscriptions, the monthly subscription is going from $7 to $10 per month, and their annual subscription is going from $70 to $100 a year. That is quite the bump up, quite the increase. How are we feeling about this, Maggie?
I am not feeling good about it.
Why do we keep having to talk about the streaming price increases? Why is it always our episodes when this news breaks?
Apparently it is our beat now. We are the bad news bears. If you like streaming,
Yeah, it's not good.
it's
Uh,
not.
yeah, that is a substantial price increase, and it is so infuriating to have to do that when the company just reported a profit of $19.8 billion. But apparently that wasn't enough. So they're going to attack our wallets, just like every major corporation seems to do these days.
Mhm.
And the thing is that Apple TV, like, I know that they have some really great shows, but to be honest with you, outside of Ted Lasso, I don't think that anything that they put out is worth that substantial of a price increase. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I do think Apple TV Plus has some fairly high quality series, particularly some really good sci-fi stuff. But I don't think any of it warrants this big of a price jump. And I think it's quite audacious to raise your price that much that fast when we haven't really seen anything else that would draw people in. Like obviously there's some high quality sci-fi stuff, and a lot of people like it, but there's no big like draw. Like what is coming out that they think people are going to spend $100 a year to watch when most people watch Apple TV Plus on a free trial that they get when they upgrade their iPhones. I mean, that's when a lot of people I know binge through stuff that's on Apple TV. And there's not even a good catalog on Apple TV that doesn't require you renting or buying a film that's in that catalog. So it seems very strange to me that they're doing such a big jump after they started, praising their, big profit they found this year. And again, I think I said in the Netflix episode of Dailies, it feels like a retaliation to the strike. Like, you see, these people got a fair deal, so now you don't get a fair deal. Aren't they terrible people? It feels like some sort of tactic, and I don't like it.
And while they're not outright saying that, like they're not
Hmm.
coming out and saying that that's what they're doing, it is very like visibly what it seems to be
Hmm.
doing. And honestly, I would not be surprised if when the SAG after strike comes to an end, when they get their deal, it would not surprise me at all if they like publicly said it.
Oh
Like just
yeah,
say it by particle
there's going to
now,
be stuff that comes out in the trades that's going to not make things look good, because that's the game that they've been playing the entire time with their little crisis PR.
Yeah, but Apple is just the next in a long line of streaming services that have felt that they need to increase their prices to, I don't know, try to fleece you of more money, I guess. But moving on from that bummer news, let's talk about something getting a little bit more affordable. Now, yesterday, Maggie, we were talking about the Hunger Games stage play, and one of the things that we talked about was the fact that, like having an adaptation like this might be, a good way to bring in younger audiences or stuff, bring them into theater. But then you posited like, okay, but theater is so expensive.
Hmm.
Well, here comes Stranger Things with a way to see their stage play for fairly inexpensive, for about 19 for about 19 pounds, 20 pounds ish.
Hmm.
You'll be able to get in to see The First Shadow, a Stranger Things stage play when it debuts. The thing though is that you have to enter a lottery to be able to win the chance to pay
Yeah.
that low price for the tickets.
Which is fairly commonplace on the West End for a lot of their productions, but it does seem to be at least trying to make there be, this opportunity for more people to see it that might not be able to spend $200, $300 to see a play. And I also have to say, like, even though I'm not a fan of Stranger Things by any means, I do appreciate that they're not just like rehashing the series, that this is something set, I believe, before the series, and it's new characters, new opportunities, new stories. And I think that's really fun. That's a fun way to engage with an existing form of media.
Yeah, I think that it's this. I think might be doing stage adaptation better than like
Hmm.
the Hunger Games stage play, which is just straight up an adaptation. Which I
Hmm.
guess would mean to its credit, the other young adult stage play was like a new story.
Yeah.
It wasn't a very good
It
new
wasn't a
story,
good
but it
one.
was a new story.
But it also
Um,
came out in book form, which was
it
like I
did.
thought was weird. Be like, here's this book, and now it's going to be a play.
And I
Neither of which
read
are
the
good.
book and was not thrilled. But yeah, I think that there being a way for you to get these quote unquote shadow seats is nice, and it is a
Hmm.
good effort. As I said yesterday, I would love for more people to be able to experience theater, whether it's an adaptation or its own thing. But you know,
Yeah.
it's still a bummer that it has to be a lottery. That's not
Yeah, and
the
I have to
best
say,
way.
the next thing we're talking about features two performers who I saw on 25-pound tickets that were rush tickets when they were in Much Ado About Nothing on the West End. So it is definitely a fun way when you have these cheaper tickets to get access to shows that are a little bit out of your price range.
Yeah, because theater is so wonderful. Like movies are fantastic. I love going to movie theaters and watching movies on the big screen. But there is also something to be said about an actual live performance. It
Hmm.
is a completely different kind of experience. Now, Maggie, you pointed out that you don't really care for Stranger Things that much.
This is true.
Is there anything that you do like?
I don't know. I
That's my
think
segue.
I think there is somebody who I like.
Who might that be?
Doctor Who.
Ah, yeah, the main crux of today's episode, the Doctor Who 60th anniversary special, got a trailer. It was a lot of kind of stuff that we had seen already, but we did get to see a little bit more of Neil Patrick Harris's Celestial Toymaker doing toy makery things, being wild and wacky, and sitting on a massive what looked like cannon at one point. Uh, yeah, this looks great. This looks
He
fantastic. This looks
does.
like so much fun. Uh, how are you feeling on this, Maggie? Like you are a big Doctor Who fan. I'm a pretty big one myself,
I
but
am.
you are massive. So give me with the Sonic. Give me your thoughts on the trailer. What did you think about it?
I am so excited. From the very beginning of the announcement that Russell T Davies was coming back, whose storytelling I always really liked with the Who that he helmed, and then that combination of David Tennant coming back and Catherine Tate, who are like two of my favorite performers in the Whoverse, the Whoniverse. That's words you only write and don't say out loud. I don't recommend it. It does not flow off the tongue. But I love their stories so much, and I'm really curious to see how they're going to work around the fact that Donna Noble will die if she remembers who the Doctor is, and like that's a key component of this trailer, and the fear that he doesn't think he can save her this time definitely pulled at the heartstrings of like my nostalgia for their season and their story, and so I'm feeling a lot of things. I am in a glass case of emotions um, to joke about that one Doctor Who gift that everybody are always used of David Tennant. So yeah, I'm excited, and I'm also really excited to see more about Donna's daughter, who I guess is seemingly named Rose, which I think is a really fun kind of play on the fact that she remembers some things clearly from her time with the Doctor. So I'm very excited.
I am exceptionally excited for Donna to be back. She was my favorite companion, probably. Like
Hmm.
I love that she, like, her sassiness was able to just like offset some of the Doctor's whimsy and wackiness. And so I felt that she was so brilliant. So bringing her back, I'm super excited about. Um, I just want to ask Maggie, like, you are a big Doctor Who fan. Who is
Yeah.
your favorite Doctor? Like, who is the Doctor for you?
So I obviously really love David Tennant. I love 10 and 10 and a half. And I guess he's now, he's back. But my favorite Doctor is actually 9. Christopher Eccleston was my introduction to Doctor Who. I had seen some of like the original Who on like PBS as a kid, but it was The Empty Child that was my first, like, I sat down and watched Doctor Who and experienced Doctor Who for the first time. And 9 has just forever ingratiated himself into my heart. So 9 will always be my Doctor. And
I
Christopher
do
Eccleston is just so great.
I do really enjoy 9. I like 9 a lot. I wish that 9 would probably be my favorite if we got more of him.
Hmm.
Which I understand, like, Eccleston didn't want to be the Doctor forever.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of backfired, and now he sort of is the Doctor forever. But 10 is my favorite. And I feel like saying that 10 is my favorite is kind of cheating a little bit, because I feel like at least the Rose era of
Hmm.
10 feels like leftovers from Eccleston. Like, it's like they had this planned out, and then Eccleston left, and they're like, oh crap, like, let's just use what we had planned and just a new guy. But then, Martha and Donna and all that, like, I loved his era overall, and I felt that Tennant, like, he did the whole, like, I'm fun and I'm whimsical, but I have like this deep pain underneath. Like, he
Yeah.
did it the best out of the Doctors who did that. Like, Matt Smith, I like the way that he does it, but he's almost a little bit too over the top for me. A little bit too ridiculous in his, like, overcompensating for the fact that he's this very damaged individual, whereas Tennant had like a subtlety to it that I
Yeah.
I enjoyed a lot. And I am excited to see him back. I'm a little wishy on, like, how and, like,
Yeah.
why. And so I guess, like, watching that is going to be a thing. Although I didn't watch any of Whitaker.
Mm.
I stopped about halfway through Capaldi. It was the, like, Cybermen on
Name?
Earth
Yep.
thing was where I stopped. So I don't know if there is something leading into it that is going to help explain it, or if it's going to be fully explained as we go on. They're saying that Tennant is the 14th Doctor. It's not like
Hmm.
he's like this weird in between. Like, he is the 14th Doctor. So,
Yeah,
do you
I'm
have any
very
thoughts on this? Do you have
curious.
any theories?
I don't. The only theory that I can think is because it is connected to Donna, that somehow the Toymaker, if he's going after Donna, like manipulated the, regeneration specifically to like trigger Donna. Because obviously, if it was any other Doctor, it probably wouldn't trigger whatever he's trying to do. So I guess it depends on, like, is the maker behind everything? That's kind of like my working theory right now off the trailer. But I also know Russell T Davies loves red herrings, so there could just be any variety of things that he could come up with to explain it. All I know is I'm excited for it. I think it is a really great way to kick off a new era, to get people back engaged with Doctor Who, because I don't think you and I are the only people who kind of fell off with Capaldi. And I think it will hopefully bring in, old Whovians and new Whovians alike to welcome in our 15th Doctor. So,
Well, then there is like a super solid bridge to old Who, because the Toymaker is a really old Doctor Who
hmm,
villain. He was a first Doctor villain, and we haven't really seen him. Like, I think he
hmm,
appeared in a comic
yes.
at one point, and that's it. And then he was, like, mentioned a couple of times. But so having him be in this 60th special is, I think is a really solid bridge between the old and the new, the ancient and the modern. Not to say that 60 years is ancient, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Uh,
And it's a
yeah,
great way to just like pay respect to the entirety of Doctor Who and not just like the new Who. And, it's truly a 60th anniversary because it is, like you're saying, bridging the gap between new and old, which I think is a great way to go about it. And Russell T Davies has always been pretty good at playing into stuff from the deep past of
yes.
Doctor Who.
And if you want to watch the 60th anniversary special, it will be available on Disney Plus in the US on November 25th. So if you are somebody in the US, you can watch it there. If you're in England, obviously you watch it the way that you watch Doctor Who. Uh, so get over there, check it out. I'm going to be watching it. I might actually try to catch up before then, watch, the rest of Capaldi, Olive Whitaker, get into where we're at, and then watch it. It has been, as I said, several years since I've watched, so I've got a lot to catch up on. But I think it'll be pretty good. Maggie, do you have any further thoughts that you want to close out the show on?
Gosh, I have so many Doctor Who thoughts, but this is not the Doctor Who podcast. This,
You know
this is
what? I'll allow it for today. Hit me with one of those thoughts.
Oh gosh. No, I'm just thinking about the potential of like the banter between Donna and the Doctor because that was, I mean, Catherine Tate and David Tennant play off each other so well.
They
And I
have great
always,
chemistry.
whenever I am like feeling down and I need a laugh, I still go back to their Red Nose Day charity special with him as a teacher and that whole thing. It's like the funniest sketch that I've seen in a very long time, and I always go back to that. And I'm just excited to see if they play into some of the like more iconic moments for the Dr. Donna throughout the time, the tapping on the glass and being like, oh my God, from, her first introduction and like all those various little things as she remembers. Cause I feel like she's going to have to remember that
Yeah.
seems like where they're going. And I'm just really excited to see what they're going to do with that because I love Donna. She is second to Rose, my favorite companion. So
All I have to say is they better not kill Rose. Or not Rose, sorry, Donna.
yeah,
They better not kill Donna.
they shouldn't kill Rose either, but
Uh,
not Rose Tyler.
it's yeah,
No deaths. I don't want
no
to cry
deaths.
at the holidays. I can't do. I know the Brits love devastating people on the holidays, but I can't do it. I can't do it.
Anyways, now that is the end of our show, we want to know: are you excited for the Doctor Who 60th anniversary special? Be sure to let us know down in the comments, or you can reach out to us on Twitter or X or whatever the heck that platform is called today. Reach out to us, let us know. Also, tell us your feelings on Apple TV raising their prices like 40%. Like it's a pretty substantial increase. Let us know your thoughts, and the show will be back tomorrow with Steve and Perry, who are going to be interviewing someone. So be sure to jump in and check that out. But until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend, or going into your weekend. It's Thursday for us. It's going to be my weekend. Maggie's waving at you with her Sonic. Have a good one.